Southwest Florida, we are lucky enough to have nice weather. That grilling season lasts all year round, but sometimes we're not lucky enough to not have an accident. I have members of Cape Coral Fire Department with me now. Of course, Andrea Shook, but we're going to start with Ryan Lamb. He's the division chief. How do we start a grill to begin with? So
there's two different types of grills.
Okay.
We have a charcoal grill. When we're using lighter fluid or something like that, we want to be very careful. We don't use too much. So on a gas grill, a propane grill, you just go ahead and you make sure all your fittings are on nice and tight.
Okay.
And then you turn on the gas. Important step here is you want to open up the top of the lid. And then go ahead and follow the recommendations or the instructions that are with it by turning on the gas and then hitting the igniter. It's important that you open up the lid, because if not, you can contain all those gases, or it can wait too long and can cause a big fire, a big problem there.
All right, we're going to let you get to cooking. Now, Andrea, we know that, we like to grill on our balconies. We like to think that we can do that, but you're saying no, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. It is a fire code that you're not allowed to actually cook on balconies at all. It's obviously for everybody's safety, not just yours, but your neighbors. So if you're living in an apartment complex or a condominium, the gases from the grill, and then also, obviously, if there is an explosion or a fire, it will not only get into your apartment, but somebody else's. So there is no grilling allowed. Actually, there's no cooking allowed on your balconies. And if you do have a grill, you can't store it on your balcony either.
And you say a good rule of thumb is 10 feet away from any structure.
Absolutely, 10 feet away from any structure. And so, again, we're going to talk about if you're in a condo or an apartment complex. Most of them have community grills that they've set up safely away from all of the buildings. So you'll want to use those. And then if you have them in your backyard, just move them away from your home, maybe your pool cage, trees. You want to keep a nice, clear area just in case something does happen.
Any dry leaves on the ground too, I can imagine. Now, Ryan, you actually spent quite a bit of time cleaning off the top of this grill. Can that stuff that's stuck on catch on fire too?
Yeah, so good grill maintenance and cleaning is important. You can do that by using a good brush and scraper. Yes. And then also, when it's nice, the grill's nice and cool, you can take out the pieces and take them out and actually wash them off with a hose. Another important piece is underneath there's a small grease trap that as meat or something cooks and it produces some of that grease, it'll drop down there, and so it's good to go in there and clean that out, because that grease could catch fire and create a bit of an issue.
And I'm sure you've seen that over and over and over throughout the summer, right?
Yes. Yeah.
My goodness.
That's something that continues to happen. Another thing that you can use is something like this grill mat.
Okay.
And what you can do is once the food's most of the way cooked, you can flip your food onto it, and then you can add on something like we've got here, like these condiments that are really loose, or cheese. So instead of that stuff dropping off of the side of that chicken and falling down, it'll stay on that mat. Two things: it's great for safety, but it also helps keep in flavor.
Keeping you safe, keeping you eating good. I love that. Thank you so much. All right. But you said when a fire does start, go back to childhood. Stop, drop, and roll.
Absolutely, stop, drop, and roll. So ideally, we're going to be extra safe around our grills, and we're not going to catch our clothes on fire. We're going to wear short sleeves while we're cooking. But if for some reason there is a spark and it does catch your clothes on fire, you want to remember what I always tell the small children: to stop, drop, and roll. Don't run around looking for a garden hose. Stop, drop, and roll can happen anywhere, so I teach the kids from a young age to remember that, and it's important.
Kids and adults need to remember that. That's right. All right, if you missed any of these tips, you can go on our website, fox4morningblend.com. And they're flying into your homes, and boy, are they angry. After the break, we're talking Angry Birds. The animated movie is out on DVD, and we've got a sneak peek after the break.